The power of small steps. When I was 19, I wanted to change my life, but the goal felt too big. I wanted to be fit, confident, and happy. But every time I tried, I'd quit after a week. One day, an older coworker told me, "Stop trying to change your whole life in a day. Just win one small battle every day." So I started tiny, 10 push-ups, drinking more water, reading for 5 minutes. Day by day, the changes piled up. 6 months later, I didn't just look different, I thought differently. I'd proved to myself that I could keep promises to me. And here's the truth. You don't need to take giant leaps. You just need to take the first step, and then keep walking. The $1 rule. I used to feel stuck broke, no savings, always stressed about money. One day, my uncle told me, save $1 a day. Doesn't matter if it's all you have, do it. It sounded useless, but I tried. $1 became 5. 5 became 10. After a year, I had a small emergency fund. More importantly, I had proof I could stick to something. The lesson? It's not about the amount. It's about proving to yourself that you can start and keep going. The teacher who changed my mind. In high school, I failed almost every math test. One day, my teacher pulled me aside and said, "You're not bad at math. You're bad at giving yourself a chance." She made me promise to try one extra problem every night. Within months, my grades went from failing to passing, and then to the top of the class. Learned that confidence isn't magic. It's built from tiny wins stacked on top of each other. The 10-second rule. I used to be terrified of public speaking. My hands would shake. My voice would crack. Then I read about the 10-second rule. Count down from 10. And before you hit 0, take action. First speech? I counted down, stood up, and spoke before fear caught me. Every time after, it got easier. Sometimes courage doesn't roar. Sometimes it's just counting to 10 and moving before your brain stops you. The day I almost quit. During marathon training, I hit a wall. My legs hurt, my lungs burned, and I thought, why am I doing this? Then I remembered every step I take now is one more step than the person who quit yesterday, so I kept moving, slowly, painfully, but I finished. Life's the same. You don't have to run fast. You just have to not stop. The note on my desk. In my first job, I felt invisible. Nobody noticed my work, and I was ready to quit. One day, I found a sticky note on my desk. You don't know it, but you inspire me to work harder every day. I never found out who wrote it, but that single note made me stay. And months later, I earned my first promotion. Sometimes, you're changing lives without even knowing it. The Gym Pact. I hated working out. I'd always quit after a week. Then my friend said, "Every time you skip the gym, you owe me $20. That deal got me to show up even on lazy days. 6 months later, I didn't care about the money anymore. I just loved how I felt. Motivation fades, but discipline will carry you where motivation won't. The library promise. I used to skip studying and waste my afternoons. One day, I promised my little sister I'd meet her at the library after school. She wanted to do her homework next to me. I couldn't break my promise, so I showed up every day. Soon, it became a habit. By the end of the year, my grades soared. Sometimes keeping a promise to someone else changes you the most. The job I didn't get. I bombed a job interview I really wanted. I was crushed. A week later, the company emailed me. They'd found someone else. But here's the twist. The hiring manager liked my attitude so much. She referred me to a friend's company. I got that job, and it turned out to be way better. Sometimes, rejection isn't the end, it's just a redirection. The plant that changed my life. I bought a plant for my desk. I kept forgetting to water it, and it started dying. For some reason, I decided to take care of it every day. Weeks later, it was thriving, and so was I. That one small daily act of care made me realize, when you nurture something consistently, it grows, and so will you.